Good morning, it's Tuesday the 21st of July and this morning I've got a few horsey projects to do. So following the heat wave, the temperatures have now dropped and it's been really breezy the last few days, but we're still kind of in, well, dire straits following all of the sun and the relentless heat and no rain. So we don't only just have sort of dry grass, we have dust patches, and we've essentially got to the point where the horses, or the majority of the horses, don't have much to eat at all. So we've got to the stage that every horse owner hates, and that is that we're giving in and feeding hay for the summer. Well, in the summer months, hopefully not for the whole of the summer, just to give us some respite until things can recover. So we've got a few sort of fat ponies that definitely don't need anything extra. I've got Ted, who is an ex-trotter, so they're kind of renowned for not being very good doers. They get thin quite easily. So I have got a patch of long grass that I'm going to move him to. I just need to do some temporary fencing so that he can go in there next to the fatter ponies. And then I'm going to be distributing hay for the bigger horses, putting hay either into the field or next to the field so that it can be easily forked in and see us through like the next month, while hopefully some of the resting fields recover. If we get a bit more rain, we're actually, what are we today? It's Tuesday today. Next Monday we're due more rain. If that comes, then we'll be able to top the fields, which is essentially cut the grass, or for us cut the weeds, and then the grass and the fields will recover much more quickly following rain. So I just thought I'd bring the camera out and show you a little bit of kind of a morning with me out doing some horsey jobs, and probably introduce you to some of the horses a bit better along the way as well. First job is just to find some electrical rope and a handle and what we call an isolator, so that I can secure Ted in the temporary field. So this is our storage of items from our old house that my parents-in-law gave us to keep in stock. At the back here are our fencing supplies. So I don't need loads. I'm going to take, I probably don't even need that much. I'm going to take this leftover rope, an isolator. Oh gosh, I can't see because I've got my sunglasses. I'll take them off. An isolator that I can hook a handle onto. So something like that I can hook the handle onto, and a handle. Right, let's go. So before I get started with the temporary fencing, you can see the white PKs, as we call them here, that Roxy managed to get into the ground the other day. Luckily, the ground's so hard, but we did manage to get enough in to make a secure fence. So we're next door to where the sort of fat ponies are that I mentioned. So first job is I've just switched on their water to fill up whilst I'm here. I can see that Destiny, the white pony over there, she has lost her fly mask. And last night I took Gordon's fly mask off, which is here, so Gordon needs his back on. Kiwi, unfortunately, has destroyed hers kind of past wearing, so I don't think she'll be having hers back on. And we definitely need to do an order of fly masks for the ones that have broken theirs and the ones that, the horses that we didn't own last year, so they don't have one to wear at all. So as you can see, Destiny coming towards us. She's plenty fat enough. She's actually owned by a French client, and she's lovely. Gordon, the brown pony, that's Lexi. Oh, he's having a wee for the camera. That's Lexi's pony. And Kiwi, black and white paint pony. She is Lexi's original pony, but unfortunately she has a deformed kind of ankle in human terms. Following x-rays and stuff, we know that she can't be used for what we wanted to use her for, and we are considering making a cute kiwi baby. So I'm going to go find the fly mask and put those on before I start the fencing. So it's always a nice guessing game when you're looking for a fly mask, if you see the size of the field. And it's out here somewhere. To be fair, they usually have their favourite places for losing them, but not always. It's usually in a flat spot, or by a tree. Luckily I can see it over by the tree and the telegraph pole, where she's obviously had a scratch and taken it off of her. You stay there. Okay, so good start. I tried to be smart and leave the reel behind and just bring a length of rope that I found. It wasn't long enough, so starting again with a different reel of rope. As you can see, ponies and the horses are always super interested in whatever we're doing. They love to be around us, and they're always fascinating to see what work we're up to. Rookie error, forgot about the water, need to go and switch that off. So I'm just threading the handle through at this end. This will be the entrance for Ted to come in. If you saw one of our latest videos, you'll see that this is the so far unfinished campsite. So he has to take a bit of a long walk around the outside of there to miss the rubble and things. Into here, through the gate here, and then he'll come straight into here. There's already plenty of isolators on this post, so I actually don't need to fit the double brass one that I brought with me to hook it onto. So that's good, that's a fitting saved. There we go, so temporary fencing. It's not going to be electrified because at the moment, as you can see, there's too much long grass and weeds and things touching the sides. The good thing is Ted will come in and he'll eat all of that, and then we'll be able to reconnect the electric on this side if we need to. But as I mentioned, we've taken down a lot of the electric to create the campsite, bring in this pile of dirt that's covered by all the weeds at the moment. So we know our horses, we know which ones we can get away with no electric as long as they've got food. This grass may look dry and dead to you, but it's effectively upright hay. If you think about hay as just dry grass, so Ted's basically going to come in and have a load of upright hay that he can just eat without bending down too far. And if you actually look closely, the reason we call these our green fields is they're usually super green, and despite all of this heat wave, there is still fresh green grass in amongst the dry grass. So normally these fields are beautiful. These are our best fields normally, but there we go. So time to go and get Ted, and then I'll have to also find him something to put some water in. So Ted is currently in what we call our field number 1, because it's the first field you come across. And although it is obviously very dry and very weedy, lots of brambles seem to be the only thing that survive the heat wave, it does still have grass in here, dry grass. So it's a very big field for one horse. So this is going to free up. Basically, we've got all the big horses next door in field 2. We're going to open the gate between field 1 and 2. We're going to put hay in the hay rack that's right down there in the distance, which I'll show you later. And then because there's 5 horses, they'll essentially be able to access the hay from both sides of the feeder and come in here and eat some of the longer still existent grass, and it will reduce any fighting and arguing around the hay feeder for the next few weeks. Ted, time to come in. Well, not come in. Ted. Hey, where's the new field? Ted. So he decided to walk over to me and then walk off. Cheeky boy. Come on, you're on camera. So this is Ted, ex-trotter. He's owned by a lady called Tamazin. She's had to make some sort of big life changes, and she's actually headed back to Jersey. So Ted is with us on retirement livery, and he sends postcards home to his mum regularly, and she visits him whenever she can when she comes on holiday back to France. Right, come on, Bubba. Come on. Good boy. There, that's better. Cheeky, walking off. Good boy. Go find some grass. Some long grass for you. Come on. Good boy. Can't see your pretty face under there, and he is a boy, although he's got a pink fly mask. He's lovely and shiny, but just kind of on the limit where we wouldn't want him to lose any more weight. It's perfectly understandable that all of them have slimmed down a bit with these temperatures, although it doesn't seem to be working for me. So he will quite happily go off in there. For some reason these days, despite being 23, Ted and gelded, so castrated, Ted likes to think he's a little bit of a stallion, and he will probably strut his stuff maybe for half a day or so because of the ponies next door. Although he does have some favourites, so you might find that he's not interested in impressing these ladies. Sorry Gordon, you're not a lady, but those two ladies. He does have a few favourite ladies, so he may either try to impress these, or he may go over to the furthest corner and look longingly for his favourite ladies. But at the moment he seems to be very happy and a lot more interested in his nicer grass. Just trying to do the bottom row of the gate up so that nobody gets their feet caught or tries to get through, and all getting caught up on this side on the big thistles, making it difficult to get it through. I've got no gloves on, getting prickled and getting all bits in my trainers and socks. Right, that's behind those big thistles. Try again. It's covered in bits now. Right, so I should feed through better now. And go through the isolator, tighten that up, and then see if it reaches back to where it came from. No, but it will reach onto there for now, which is going to keep it tight, stop these from getting through the gate, and as you can see in there, you've got 3 rows and they're all nice and taut now, nice and tight, which is good because Ted's just come in to check them out. Hi Ted, yeah, you've got friends, but they're on the other side of the ditch. You can touch noses here, I guess, can't you? No squealing, be nice. Be nice. I don't want any broken fences, thank you. Oh boy. Oh. So you've got all that grass and you're going to get a weed from under the fence. Oh, I don't know. Horses. So that's kind of part 1 of all the jobs that I wanted to do today, because I can't progress with the hay or anything until Ted was out of the way. So as I said, it's still hot, although a lot cooler. Nice and breezy, but I'm just going to go in and get a drink before I carry on with the next bits. Just putting Ted's head collar away, and I've got a black bin there which we used as temporary water when we used this as a temporary field, because this did have a load of grass in. So I will empty that and take that over to Ted a bit later. He'll be fine for the moment. Right, I've emptied the bin and moved it there so that I don't forget, and it's actually a job that Lexi can probably do for me later. So once I've had my drink, I've got to come out and take the topper off the back of the tractor. So we did start to do some topping again the other day after the storm, but unfortunately it's all still too dry and too risky. We don't want to do anything to risk any sparks or fire or anything getting warm at the moment at all. Now, my absolute worst job, the job I despise the most on the farm, is changing the equipment on the back of the trailer. Now, granted, it's much easier to take the topper off than it is to put it on, and the spikes that I'm going to be needing to move the hay are also one of the easier pieces of equipment to attach, so it's not too bad. But I am going to go and have a drink, and I am going to summons my courage, more likely my patience and my energy, because my second least favourite job on the farm is hay bales. We don't have a front grabber or front loader on the tractor because it's just a very old tractor. Obviously it's way better than nothing, but it means that we have to pull the hay bales down with a strap. 9 times out of 10 they land the wrong way round. Then you have to push them over if you're lucky enough to have enough people here. If not, you have to put the strap on again. But half the time, the strap lands under the bale and it's just exhausting. And it's a winter job. And, you know, it's heartbreaking to be doing it in the summer and using precious bales. But horses come first. Their needs come first. And, yeah, I'm just grateful that it's cooler and breezy.
Rubbish anyway. So now we're gonna go get the broken bale that's over there and put it in the smaller hay feeder. Well, it's not broken, we've just already taken layers off. So yeah.
Job 2 done. That's hay given to them, the field opened up and the 5 of them can go between the 2 fields and share the bale. Next job is to put all of the loose hay that's on the floor into our small trailer, and we're going to use that for, we've got a pony by himself and a little stallion Shetland by himself. So we're going to take that up and we'll be able to distribute hay to them out of the little trailer. And then we're going to be getting down another big bale from the pile and taking that up and putting it on the track for all of our big horses, and I'll just fork it in a couple of times a day for them to... Right, we've just got the keys for the van and the quad, so we're going to move the van because it's blocking the quad in, get the quad out of the big barn, and then we're going to fill the little trailer with all of the loose hay.
We're gonna reverse the quad. Oh gosh, we're gonna reverse the quad and attach it to the trailer, and then we're gonna bring it to the front field where there's Jumpy and Mickey.
I'm going to take the quad back and we're going to get some lunch, and then this afternoon take hay up to the big ones. And we've just had some good news because one of the bales is already down, so we've only got to flick it over, and Mitch is home, so we'll be able to flick it over just as people. No straps or tractor required. Not something that we can really without a machine, is it? You can't reach it with these concrete things. Which is why we keep leaving it. Look, really.
See if we can move it or something.
It's dangerous.
What's dangerous?
The well.
Yeah.
Makes my legs go.
It's still down if we get the next one, isn't it? Or at least if we got this ring off with the tractor, this ring.
Yeah.
Still
can't reach it.
Down a bit.
Oh, if you get one ring off, I should be able to now. But it's just all going to break and crumble and fall in the well.
Well, hopefully not. Should be reinforced concrete.
Well, it's all cracked. You can see it's all cracked.
We've got to get it going. We've got to. So we either dig down and put a new pipe in, cut it off and put a new pipe in anyway. I think that's the option.
Right.
That's got to come out because I've got to see the bottom.
But how do you So what, when you dig down, what do you do? Dig down to that pipe and then reconnect?
Cut it and then feed a new one all the way down the bottom of the well.
I'll have to do that with a machine because it's got to go all the way across that.
No, just across here. We might be able to put boots in. Do you want to get the spade?
Yeah.
It's near the drive, isn't it?
It's in the wheelbarrow. Found it.
Found this time, so we found the pipe.
Found the grey pipe.
Put in?
Oh, they found the grey pipe. Well, that's not the pipe it needs to be.
Because we wanted a black pipe, no?
Well, it needs to be a black pipe. That looks like waste pipe.
Oh my god, the heat.
So they fitted a rigid pipe coming out of it to you, have they?
Yeah.
The well's still pretty full. But look how much is emptied.
Yeah, so we assumed it was black water pipe, but it's grey rigid pipe underneath that spider.
Maybe the grey pipe
Not wide enough though, is it? To put black
I wouldn't have
inside it.
said so, but
Ooh. Scoop plastic.
put a joint in.
Yeah, so we know that there's black water pipe. So if they've joined rigid grey to flexible black,
That could be where.
that's where the problem probably is.
Yeah, and the new return valve on the bottom might be broken.
Non-return valve.
What's that?
I don't know, really. Yeah. Are you bringing help me out?
It's got black pipe in it.
See how long it is.
Look at Raymond's super duper
Nylon from our
trimmer.
trimmer.
Yeah.
How does that even hold?
Really plastic.
Yeah, it doesn't rot, I guess.
Non-return valve.
It's full of crap.
I don't know. Doesn't seem to.
Is that a filter at the bottom, that little cage?
Filter.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was as simple as that, so even if you have to replace the whole thing, it's not the end of the world.
going to be all back like that.
So that's the non-return valve. It's being cleaned and then we're going to test it somehow.
Holding.
Yeah, so basically when you switch the well pump on, it sucks the water through that filter, through the non-return valve, all the way up the pipe and into the well pump. And the non-return valve stops it emptying the pipe and going back into the well. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's working.
Yeah, that seems to be working. It's not pouring out. But you could do it like, you could do with splitting it and just having a look at it.
Goes from black plastic to galvanised T to rigid to galvanised again.
Yeah.
And
Black.
the black pipe. So this black pipe was inside grey plastic. So that was what was coming out of the side of the well into the ground. And the black pipe was inside the grey pipe, which we weren't sure of, but it's the wrong size anyway. So basically we've got to get that fitting apart for whatever reason to then attach a reducer.
Pipe.
Yeah, a reducer connection to it and a smaller pipe. So I don't know if you remember, how long ago did we do the well video with the spider and stuff? It was probably 2 years ago. We did a video saying that the pump wasn't working, the well wasn't working, and we thought it was the pump, and I think we got given another pump, didn't we? We replaced the pump or serviced the pump, got it all working, but it was very short-lived and it stopped working again, and the well pump kept sucking up gravel, can you remember? You had to empty the filter. So somewhere between the well water and our pump, it was either all of the water was running back out and creating a suction of air, but we've just checked the non-return valve, so that isn't the problem, or grit was getting in along the way, or air was getting in along the way. So we think it's probably that the air has been getting in here. So this part came from the bottom of the well and then tees off to come to our house and our pump. And looking at this, we think that this connection there has become a bit dodgy and the air is getting in, and that's hopefully what's causing the problem. So just back from the Brico, managed to buy a new version of...
You're getting stuff on you.
Oh, the filter, the non-return valve.
Yeah, that's thread lock.
Is it glue?
Yeah.
Right. What's that? A sock. So yesterday, just as we were coming to connect the pipe, we kind of needed all hands on deck, and also the camera battery went flat. So we got the job finished. Connected new pipe to the pipe that goes into the house and onto the pump. At the moment we've just run it above ground because we just want to make sure that everything's working okay, and then we'll trench it in next time we've got a mini digger on site. And then we threaded that through with the new fittings on the end that we bought, the filter, the non-return valve, tied a stone back on it and lowered it down into the well. And after tweaking and trying again, the pump came back to life and we got water out of the well.